The Fall Classic begins here. It's the Colorado Rockies against the Chicago White Sox. You're watching 2K Sports.
Game one, the Fall Classic ready to kick off. With Steve Phillips and John Kruk. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. He is electric. That describes Jake Peavy. And he's out there on the mound, and we'll have a chance to watch it. Cellular Field in Chicago. The White Sox looking for a little home magic. Steve will be watching how he approaches this Colorado lineup.
Well, Jake Peavy still has that bulldog mentality on the mound and that put-away slider. The fastball's not what it used to be, but the slider's still good enough.
Let's take a moment here to look at the Rockies lineup. John, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, Todd Helton was one of the best hitters in baseball in the prime of his career. But now nearing the end of his career, it's been a struggle for him. Let's see if he can break loose today with some hits.
And Young's in the box. He's leading off the game. Hit in the dirt. Beckham's got that one. So Young is retired. And a moment to check out the defensive alignment for the White Sox. Any picks, John?
Well, Gordon Beckham has finally settled into a position. He tried it at third base. He tried it at shortstop. Now he's entrenched at second base. And it's
There's a swing and a smash. Rios will field. No problem for him as he gets that out. With two down, it'll be Carlos Gonzalez.
He's making contact with the ball and delivering at the plate, going 21 for his last 51.
And the manager has to be tickled to death to have a guy that's always on base for the guys behind him.
And that one's down. That's the first hit we've seen. He's going to try to stretch it.
Well, anytime you can get a guy on base who can steal bases, it puts so much pressure on the opponent. Let's see if they can get him around to score a run.
Now Rosario will see what he can do as he comes to the plate. Stick shot towards the hole. Opportunity, Steve. That's what you're talking about, delivering with runners in scoring position. That's a barometer of just what kind of day you're going to have, delivering opportunities.
Well, we have two good teams. You don't get that many opportunities, so when you do get them, you have to capitalize.
Ball! Here's the 0-1 from Peavy. Helton grounds it. Beckham's got that one. Throws to first, side is retired. And Jake Peavy, he's heading in. Michael Pineda is going to be pitching. He'll be starting this one for Colorado. And as he looks at this White Sox lineup, what are they going to see from him today?
For Michael Pineda, one of the best young live arms in the game. Real good stuff. The ball explodes out of his hand, an explosive fastball, and a devastating breaking pitch as well, and a developing feel for a changeup.
And that retires Diaz. That's one away. Let's show you the lineup for the White Sox. Now, John, anyone in particular we should keep an eye on?
Well, some guys are just pure excitement on the baseball field, and that's what Alexi Ramirez is. Not a big guy, kind of a wiry, strong fella, but he can hit the ball out of the ballpark, and he can also hit for a high average.
First pitch was a strike, 0-1 now. Pineda sends the 0-1 pitch. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And that's in there. The White Sox get a man on. Safe at first. Very late throw.
Well, a little action going right now for this team. A single here with one out. A little bit of momentum. Let's see if they can bring him across.
And here's Paul Konerko.
Well, he's simply making things happen at the plate with 15 hits in his last 37. Now, if you want to score runs, you need men on base. And that's exactly what he's been doing. High rate of success getting himself on base.
Here's the delivery. Strike two, no balls and 2 strikes. Konerko now will look to tighten up that zone.
Well, that's just an absolutely great pitch. You wonder why the batter swung through it. If he can continue to throw that pitch right there, they're not going to hit that one today.
And Helton makes the play. Now let's take a look at how the Rockies will line up. Defensively.
One of the areas this team really wants to try to make improvement is you take a look, ranked last in their division defensively, and they're going to have to tighten things up a little bit to try to improve this area of their team.
And Adam Dunn to bat. In his career, he's 0 for 5 off Pineda.
Well, that sort of first step quickness, Rios is a real threat to run. They've got to keep an eye on him.
That one swung on its line. Throw over to second base, a force to retire the side. Michael Pineda. Just a little chilly here tonight. No sign of precipitation, though. Colvin's in the batter's box. He'll start us out here in the second. It's strike one. Can't make contact on the fastball.
Well, that's some kind of pitching. You set up the target on the outside corner, and he paints the black with it. Awfully tough when you have that kind of location.
Strike two, Tyler Colvin. He'll have to be careful now. And a moment here to see how this pitcher has been mixing up his pitches.
Well, he doesn't tip.
There he goes towards second. Hit hard to second. Throws on the first, side is retired. So Jake Peavy holding it down. The skipper that's happy not to have given up any runs yet, but watching for that opportunity for his offense to get on the board. And we've got Alexei Ramirez stepping in. Pineda with the delivery. And Alexei Ramirez watches that one go by. Count is now even. There's a swing. It's popped up. And Helton's there. Young able to pull that one in. One away.
He swung hard like he wanted to drive this one, but got underneath it. Winds up just popping it up to second.
And Beckham's in the box. This is his first chance at bat. Last time up, flew up. And it looks like we're going to get a starter warming up in the bullpen. You know you're in the postseason now.
And I don't think they're warming him up for tomorrow. Tomorrow may not mean anything you have to worry about today, and I think we may see him come in.
Swung on and a grounder to first. It's through. The runner's going to come home. And the White Sox, they just keep rolling.
Gotta love the approach right there, Gary. Never letting up. Going for 2 out of the box.
A little bit of the element of surprise, I think, Steve, because where that ball landed is not a common area to take an extra base.
You know what? You have to take advantage of opportunities or create opportunities. That's what he did right now. White Sox win this in a lopsided victory and dominating performance, Gary.
We'll take a look at our player of the game, delivering the goods for the ball club in this contest, bringing the... What an outstanding affair.
Well, Gary, as a ball club, you really want to come out and dictate the tempo right from the start of a series, and they did that today.
I guess it's that time.
Game 2 of the World Series. We've got the Colorado Rockies taking on the Chicago White Sox. And now off to U.S. Cellular Field with our crew of Gary, John, and Steve.
Welcome to this special postseason 2K Sports broadcast. Gary Thorne, John Craig, and Steve Phillips in this Game 2 of the World Series. A game changer, Alex Rios. We're going to get to see if he can change this game today. They love being here, and they're ready to cheer. Over 40,000 in their seats. Going to take a look now at the starting pitcher for the White Sox. Steve, as he faces these Colorado hitters, what's he got on his mind? Let's take a moment here to look at the Rockies lineup. Any of these bats stand out, John?
Well, Todd Helton.
Play ball!
And Young's in the box. All right, Steven, while it is still early, how about a little strategy viewpoint from the White Sox?
Well, they've already shown they're not going to be intimidated by the situation or their opponent, as evidenced by the victories so far in this series. But their opponent are not going to just lay down and die. They're going to battle. Look for them to show up today.
Yeah, Steve, if you're the opponent, even though you're down here, if you can't get excited about the opportunity that's still in front of you, then you probably shouldn't be here.
That's why this is so exciting. They play such a long season, and it comes down to this series.
It's fouled away. The pitch. That's a strike, and it's 0-2, and time for Carlos Gonzalez now to protect a little bit.
He is making a mark with the lumber right now. A big, strong stretch for him with 20.
Oh, what a drive. He smashed it. Rios will field. He comes up with it easily here. And a moment to check out the defensive alignment for the White Sox. John, who's a factor for them?
Well, Gordon Beckham was finally settled into a position. He tried it at third base. He tried it at shortstop. Now he's entrenched at second base, and it seems like this is where he's most comfortable. The hardest thing to do is to move from one side of the infield to the other, especially when you're going to second base, trying to turn double plays with your back to the runner coming at you. Gordon Beckham has made that transition seamlessly.
And he'll be swinging with the bases loaded.
But Gary, they got a big opportunity now to take the lead in this situation.
And Darvish's pitch looked at for a strike on one.
That cut fastball just ran inside on the hitter's hands. He had no chance to even get out and swing at it. Tough pitch.
Fouled off. Curveball, thought he had him, but it's 1-2.
Oh, what a tough first inning right here. Up over 20 pitches and really having some issues with his control.
And Jeff Keppinger watches that one go by for a ball. It's even.
Well, that pitch just took off right there and exploded out of the pitcher's hand. Kept it just a little bit inside, though. Tough pitch to hit. Good job by the hitter to lay off.
Up and in for a ball, 3-2.
Interesting pitch here, going with the cut fastball up and in, trying to run it in to back the hitter off and catch.
A swing line to left center. And that's going to be a base hit. Keppinger on. And Rios comes in.
Well, this sort of at bat right here, when you give up a hit after that many pitches, this is one of these things that could really rattle the pitcher. You have to be careful as a pitching coach. You don't let this inning get out of hand.
Jimenez at the plate. And when you got the bases loaded like this is the opportunity you look for in a game. It may not come again.
Well, when you have a lead, you want to keep adding to it. A big opportunity here to spread the margin.
Well, they are losing in this ball game. Not sure what they think about the guy on the mound, but they got two up in the pen.
Yeah, I don't know what the rush is to get him out of there. He still looks fresh. He's had some problems in the game, but I think he can regroup still.
Struck him out. He gets out of this with just a little hurt. Nice way to get things started. The White Sox lead it 1-0. He has provided expert guidance to this ball club. Very proud of a tremendous season, making it all the way here. It's Dirks at the plate. Swings and misses at the fastball, 0-1.
You know, his trends show that an 0-1 count, he tends to like to come back with a fastball.
Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. And the catch by Rios. That's one down. And it's Todd Helton in the box now. Let's take a look here and see what his approach is against these hitters on the first pitch.
Well, when he's throwing that first pitch strike, it leads to a
hit up the middle. And Young's got himself a single. He's waved towards home. And he scores.
Well, he likes that ball up in the zone. He can see it well. He just pounds it for a base hit and driving in a run.
And this is called manufacturing runs the old-fashioned way.
Well, there's so many different ways to do it. Lump the base hits together.
With 2 down, it'll be Carlos Gonzalez. His batting average, lifetime, .310 against the White. Well, he's running, taking off for second. He's running towards second. On the way. Pitch out. Nothing doing, though. There he goes towards second. Line towards third and foul. The 1-2 on its way. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And that'll put Gonzalez on first. This a great situation for some offense.
And, guys, he had the wherewithal to take that outside pitch and go the other way with it.
And I think he knew that was the trick this time to get on base and avoid that out.
Excellent placement.
Now Rosario will see what he can do as he comes to the plate. That one is nailed by Rosario. Gone. That's good for 3. They were tied. Now up by 3. That's a big knock.
And for Colorado, they've gotten themselves a lead here, and they've done it with a good approach at the plate. I like what we've seen in their ability to manufacture offense.
And here's the first one. Good rip on that one, but he missed it on 1. Boy, the home run, really a bullet point right now that has this pitching needing to be swung on. Liner to right. And another hit. They're really gunning right now. He's going to try to stretch it. And that'll bring up Todd Helton.
Nice piece of hitting right there. He manages to drive that high 0-1 pitch for a base hit. Good patience, good pitch recognition.
Sure looks like he makes contact, line drive. And he can't get to it. And it's up against the wall. And he's going to try for it. The throw. And he crosses the plate all the way from first base. Oh, this offense, every opportunity they get, they manufacture something out of it.
Well, this is unbelievable. I mean, this guy's completely lost it out there. Now, they've strung together 5 consecutive hits against him. Clear.
Hot shot towards the hole. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. Well, they strike for 5 runs here. And Alex Cerrillos to lead off. And a moment here to see how this pitcher has been mixing up his pitches.
And what I've been noticing, guys, it's
a shot up the middle, and he gets it down. He's 2 for 2 now. And that'll bring up Paul Konerko.
Well, this is what you want, a base hit without anybody out. Now you have the potential of a big inning.
First AB of the game, he got a base hit that came off Darvish.
You know, as a hitter, getting a hit on a fastball earlier in the game gives you some confidence to look for it again in later at bat. So he's got to be looking for it right here. As a pitcher, you've got to change speeds and change eye level.
Helton there. They've got a double play. Well, here's a double play that looks like they ordered up.
Great turn and throw at second base. He was ready to make the play. An example of a nicely executed double play.
And it's Adam Dunn at the plate. Lifetime 1 for 3 off Yu Darvish. There's a swing and a ball hit deep, high in the air to right field. Goodbye, home run, and it's the White Sox coming back. Still down by 3 runs with that homer, but maybe some steam going here.
I think for the White Sox, they clearly grabbed the momentum in this one, and they're in a good position to tie this up or even jump out in front if they get a chance.
Here's the pitch. And it goes foul. And a slurve is swung on and missed, side retired. Narrow their deficit a bit. This game's working for Robin Ventura. His gloves moving in the right direction offensively. Last half inning, pitching is now critical to give his guys a shot. They try and get this tied. How's he attacking on the first delivery? Let's look here.
Patience paying off in this one. If you take strike one for a ball, it seems to be working out pretty well for you as you're getting a bunch of hits, but he falls behind in the count.
Here's the pitch. That's a foul ball. Here's the pitch. And he lays off that one outside, 1-2.
But when you fall behind, you can't look at it like you have to get it all back at once. Get a little bit at a time. That's what they're doing now, just 2 away from tying this thing up, Gary.
Fouled away. The 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball to Helton. Tremendous situation now for the White Sox.
Well, that's just great hand-eye. Coordination right here. He saw the defense, knew where he wanted to go with it, and he did it.
And a really measured, confident swing right there. Excellent touch, John.
Everything going right for him that time.
In the batter's box, Keppinger. This is the time to be a hero. Team's down, but hit right here, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Well, no question about that. A hit right here puts them right back in this game. It changes the whole complexion.
And on the mound, we're going to see Sam LeCure as they make the pitching swap. Just off the inside edge, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, up the middle. He picks it up. The second for 1. Helton there. They've got a double play. So they scratch across a run. 3 hits and a couple left on. Rockies still enjoying the lead. It's Dirks at the plate. Steve, how about the arm today? How's he performing?
No, they're just pounding it straight down into the ground today, keeping them out in front, off balance, and they just can't seem to lift it.
0-1 the count now as we're in the 6th. So far, 1 for 2 off Santiago.
And it came off of a 2-seam fastball. And, a couple of hitters today have had some success on that pitch.
And he bounced out his last time. And gets set for the first pitch. Slider just misses, 1-0. On the way. Second pitch to him, a curve, swung on and missed, 1-1. And it's fouled off. 1-2 pitch coming. Fastball swung out and missed. Struck him out. 1 away.
This pitch is too close to take, but you've got to try to make contact with it. Swings right through it. Strike 3.
And it's Alexei Ramirez now. 1 away. Had a base hit his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat now. Sliders in there for a called strike.
Well, that's exactly the spot you want that breaking ball. Down in the zone. If he hits it, he's going to hit it on the ground.
There's a ground ball. Lynn on the pickup. That's 2 gone. And Beckham's in the box. The pitch. First pitch, a slider for a called strike.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to deal with right there. You might be looking for a fastball. You get the breaker down and away.
Here's the pitch. And he leaves that one alone. Gordon Beckham showing patience. That'll even up the count.
Well, he tried to change up right there, but it just stayed down and off the plate.
He watches the 1-1 pitch, takes a fastball, strike 2.
Now, 1-2 is a pitcher's count, so there's no reason to give him a good pitch to hit right here.
That one goes foul. Oh, man, there's the big bender. Struck him outside, retired. Good defensive half inning there. No hits allowed. And next, it'll be the Rockies getting it going. And it's Blackman at the plate. He doubled and later scored. And his last go around. Take a look down there in the bullpen. They've got a lefty up and throwing.
Well, I don't see him coming in just yet. I mean, with a righty in the on-deck circle, I don't think that's the matchup they want.
Dulce coming in to hurl. He's been brought in to take over for the Rockies. 0-1 the count as we get going here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, obviously, 7th inning right now. Game getting a little bit short. You're in the final third of the game. Got a big lead, so you want to throw strikes. Do not let them get back into this game. We're talking World Series stuff right now. Throw strikes, make them earn it.
Here's the delivery. Waves at a fastball on that 1-1 pitch. Strike 2.
Just couldn't catch up with that heater. Excellent pitch and a late swing.
The 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball to Helton. And he scoops it up. And he'll step on first for out number 1. One out. And Alex Rios at the plate. He was set down with a ground out in his prior at bat. Here's the first pitch. First pitch is a slider low, 1-0.
Good spot there, just down a little bit out of the zone. Tried to get him to chase. He wouldn't go for it.
Now Hernandez sets the target. Swing, a high drive down the left field line. Out of here, a home run. Still down by 3 runs with that homer, but maybe some steam going here.
And you know, for the White Sox, they've come up with clutch hits that they've needed in order to claw back into this game and make this game a nail-biter. Great work on their part.
Canerco swings and misses. That's strike 1. And as positive as a home run can be, Steve, right now it's got to be about base runners and more long balls.
Well, but they have some confidence. They know they can get to this pitcher. Now they have to try to go at it.
He fouls that one off. The 1-2 on its way. And Paul Konerko strikes out, could not make contact.
That's some kind of break right there for an 80-mile-an-hour breaking ball. That's tough to do. That much break for that much velocity, tough pitch.
Adam Dunn stands in, 2 down. He homered back in the 3rd. Here it comes. First pitch, a big breaker for a called strike.
Well, he just fooled the hitter right here. He was thinking hard. He got soft, and with great break on that curveball, he couldn't touch it.
And Adam Dunn looks at that one for a ball. Count is even. Circle change, can't find the zone. 2-1. Line drive. That's foul towards first. Outside for a ball. And it's full. 3-2.
Well, he started a slider on the outside part of the plate to try to get him to chase it, but it broke off the plate.
The full count pitch. He catches the strike zone and gets the call on Adam Dunn. Well, they chip away, grabbing an important run with that solo big fly. The White Sox, they're not going to concede this. They've made a pretty good chunk out of that lead. He has to be pleased with his team's performance so far today. And Rosario will see what he can do as he comes to the plate. He'll lead it off here. Inning number 8. Swings on that first pitch, misses the fastball. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 from Jones. There's a swing, a high bouncer towards the hole. And that's out number 1, stepping on the bag. It's Dirks at the plate. We're trying again here. Just 1 for 3 thus far. And he starts him out. This is swung on, lifted to deep right field. As he retreats back for it and gets the out. And we've got Helton batting. He singled and later scored in his last time up. At the belt, Jones kicks, throws. Beckham's got that one. Throws on to first in time to retire the side. And it'll be Viciedo batting. He's going to lead off the home half of the 8th. It'll be Wilton Lopez doing the pitching as the Rockies bring in their reliever. 0-1. First pitch is a sinker for a called strike.
I threw that one exactly where he wanted it, down and in.
0-1 pitch is a change, swung on and missed. 0-2. On the ground to second, picked up by Young. And his throw gets him 1 away. In the batter's box, Keppinger. He hit into a double play his last time. There's a swing and a drive deep to left field as he drops back and puts it away.
Well, I followed the scouting reports. They moved the outfielders back before the play, and they were in exactly the right position to be able to make the catch. Good coaching.
Jimenez at the plate. No hits yet, but you'll get another chance right here. Sinker drops in for a called strike.
Well, that's textbook use of the sinker. Down and away, pounding the strike zone. Good pitch.
Sinker, called strike, now 0-2. Oh, tough one to lay off right there, that fastball, 1-2.
Well, you see, he just missed with that fastball right there away. Let's see if they try to come back inside to try to jam him.
There's a swing and a liner. And that's in there, into center field for a base hit.
He takes this 1-2 pitch down in the zone. He's able to go down and get it. Get a good part of the bat on the ball and pick up the base hit.
That's a tough pitch to hit. When you're behind in the count, you just want contact, and he got it. There's a ground ball. Young in position. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. No runs and a base hit. They leave one man on at first. Ramon. Hernandez leading it off. He homered earlier in the ballgame.
Well, the team winning, he's been a big part of the offense.
Hit hard to second. Beckham's got that one. One away now. And we've got Wheeler batting. 0 for 3 to this point. That's going to bring Josh Rutledge to the plate. He's going to come on as a pinch hitter.
With the bases empty, there's nobody to drive in. He has to get on base and hope the guys behind him in the lineup can come up big as well.
Here's the 0-1 from Jones. And that's another foul ball. It's LeMahieu at the plate. He'll grab a bat and hit here.
They're going to go to the pinch hitter in this situation, trying to get that big hit to bring this runner home.
Swing, contact made, and done. 2 down here in the inning.
Now just got fooled a little bit at the plate, got underneath it, lost just a routine fly to the right fielder.
And it's Blackman at the plate. Rutledge on first. First pitch on the way. Towards the middle. Fielded by Ramirez. Throws to first, side is retired. No runs on a hit. You can see how this is going for Robin Ventura. He's reflecting right now, not likely a lot of positive reflections, however, in this game. And Beckham's in the box. And out on the mound, we've got Rafael Soriano. As Colorado brings him into close, Johnny gets going here against these White Sox bats. What are you expecting?
Well, power and dominance is what you want when you bring your closer in. And Rafael Soriano, when he comes out of that bullpen, he is throwing nothing but pure octane. A fastball in the upper 90s with the devastating slider. And he struck out 102 batters in only 75 2/3 inning in 2009. That is getting it done.
Good slider that time. Ruled the ball. 1-2.
Threes are wild. 3 outs left in the game. A 3-run lead. Go out there and throw strikes. 3 strikes in a row. Do what you can do to get outs. Get out. Get the first out of this inning and take away any chance they have of coming back. With 2 strikes, the hitter wanted the fastball. He got it, but didn't do anything with it.
And Diaza settles in. He's had 1 hit 4 times up. First pitch of the AB. That one goes foul. Foul! He sends this one in the air towards center. And in there, at least for a single as it gets down.
Well, this guy's always a threat to go. He steals a lot. Out of bases, so they're going to have to keep a close eye on him, and maybe they'll make a mistake to the hitter, paying attention to the runner.
Here's Alex Rios now. Last time up, he launched one out of the park. And Soriano has him 0-1, a called strike.
Well, if he can throw this cutter down and away like this, he's going to be very effective. That's an outstanding pitch.
On the way. Ooh, tough to lay off there, but it's 2-1.
We're going with the cut fastball in the inside corner here. He tries to bust him in on the hands, but the ball runs back, just misses the corner.
That one swung on its line. Rutledge for one. Helton there. They've got a double play.
A big road victory right here, Gary. In the postseason, they are tough to come by, but they were able to get it done here today. Let's see what it does for the series.
And now, what you say we present an award. It's our player of the game. What a pleasure to witness the performance today from Willeen Rosario.
Well, you know what they say, that everyone loves to see the long ball when you come to a game, and he certainly gave the fans what they wanted to see. He's got to be feeling pretty good about himself.
And with this victory march today, they've overcome a very big hurdle, battling their way back into this series.
Hey, Gary, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see this thing come down to a deciding game.
And we hope you've enjoyed today's 2K Sports broadcast of Major League Baseball. For Steve, John, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Gary Thorne. We will see you soon.
World Series Game 3. We'll see the Chicago White Sox as they play against the Colorado Rockies. Some great MLB action on the way.
And it's the start here of Game 3 of the World Series. Hi, everybody. We are ready to go with it tied at 1-1. He has become one of the game's real strong young pitchers. Gavin Floyd is on the mound, and we'll get to watch him display his stuff next. And a supportive bunch, and what a bunch it is. 50,000 for this one. The role of starting pitching, that'll be handled by Chad Billingsley. And he gets going against these White Sox hitters. What do you think's in store?
Well, I think it's going to be they want to get to Chad Billingsley early in the game. At times, he doesn't command his pitches early on. You want to get that fastball early, and if you do, you can knock him out of the game.
Lineup time, and here it is for the White Sox. Now, John, anyone in particular we should keep an eye on?
Well, Gordon Beckham's a guy that has all the potential to be a star in Major League Baseball. Short, quiet, compact swing. If he can figure out and show some consistency, he's going to be around for a long time.
And Alex Cerrillos to lead off. And we're just getting going here, Steve. What are we expecting from the Rockies today?
Well, if the rest of the World Series is anything like the first few games, we're in for a wild ride. So far, we're in a dead heat, but someone is going to break this tie tonight, and look for that team to be the one that can deliver with runners in scoring position.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. Picked up by Young. That's one down. Opportunity, Steve, that's what you're talking about, delivering with runners in scoring position. That's a barometer of just what kind of day you're going to have, delivering opportunities.
Well, we have two good teams. You don't get that many opportunities, so when you do get them, you have to capitalize.
In the batter's box, Keppinger. And Billingsley's pitch looked at for a strike, 0-1.
Well, if he can throw this cutter down and away like this, he's going to be very effective. That's an outstanding pitch.
And Jeff Keppinger watches that one go by for a ball. It's even. He delivers. 1-1 pitch, a curve, taken for a strike, 1-2.
Outstanding rotation on that pitch. Look at the mechanics for this pitcher. It comes out of his hand and just falls off the table.
Cutter almost rung him up, but it's 2-2.
We're going with the cut fastball in the inside corner here. He tries to bust him in on the hands, but the ball runs back, just misses the corner.
Swing liner back up the middle. And that one's going to drop in. That'll be our first hit of the game. Take a moment here to show you how the Rockies will stack up on defense.
Well, one of the areas this team really wants to try to make improvement is you take a look, ranked last in their division defensively, and they're going to have to tighten things up a little bit to try to improve this area.
Hit up the middle. Streak continues. That gets in. Keppinger towards third base. He's still going. He's headed for the plate. The throw. Keppinger comes in to score.
You can't really blame the defense right there for him ending up on second base. Sometimes you have to just credit the hustle and aggressiveness of the base runner.
Doubles are always big, Steve. This is how you score runs. You get yourself in the scoring position, and he did it.
Well, you have to think double out of the batter's box. Good coaching on the bases and great effort by the batter. Excellent job.
0-1 count as that started off with a strike. And, of course, as a pitcher, you got to keep your eye on which pitches are effective on any given day and which ones aren't. Here's a look at which pitches he's thrown that have generated hits.
Well, guys, this 12-6 curveball, it's been hit twice already.
You know, it's good to keep in mind as a pitcher, especially here early on. Just one run on the board here in the first. You can manage that. You just have to avoid the big inning and the crooked number, so he's got to be careful about his pitch selection.
The 1-2 on its way. Nice reflexes there to keep that one under control. That one was in the dirt. And they've taken a timeout here. They're going to go to the mound and have a little chat.
Well, they're not quite sure if they're going to take him out just yet. You have to figure they're going to at least discuss how he feels and what they're going to do.
That's a foul ball. They're trailing in this ball game right now, but they want to keep the options open. Two right-handers warming up.
Well, they have to bring somebody in who's not just coming in to get work, but let the guy come in and shut the door and try to give the offense a chance to come back.
The 3-2 pitch. He fouls that one off. Foul! Three-two on the way. Swing and a miss on the cutter that time. 2 down.
With 2 strikes, the hitter wanted the fastball. He got it, but didn't do anything with it.
And here's Flowers at the plate. Swung and a ground ball to third. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. Early pressure being put on. And Gavin Floyd is the pitcher. He's going to start for Chicago. And Steve, he gets into this Colorado lineup now. What are we going to? And a ground ball. There's Konerko. And that's out number 1, stepping in the bag.
A power-laden lineup right here, Gary, and a lineup that can do some real damage. If pitchers make mistakes, they can hit it out of the yard.
At the belt, Floyd kicks and throws. Swing and a miss on a ball below the knees. 0-1.
Things have really been happening when the bat leaves his shoulder and when he swings. He's gone a terrific 24 for his last 60th.
Swing and a liner to right center. This one beyond him. It's going to be extra bases. This one finds its way around, rolling all the way to the wall. So he's at second base on the double. 1 out.
Well, this could be the start right here if this offense needed in this inning. A nice double right there with only one away. This could ignite this offense, and possibly big things could happen.
Now Rosario will see what he can do as he comes to the plate. Gonzalez is heading home, and the run gets in.
Well, the hitter makes an adjustment going down on the pitch at the bottom of the strike zone and drives it here.
And you get a run scored if you're in that at-bat. What you want to do is make contact. He did. That pays off. And a moment to check out the defensive alignment for the White Sox. John, who's a factor for them?
Well, Gordon Beckham has finally settled into a position. He tried it at third base.
Swings and hits this one. Going to be fielded by Rios. 2 down here in the inning. And Ramon Hernandez up. Talk about a career. How about a long one? 15 years. 2 outs and a man on first. At the belt, Floyd kicks and throws. Slider swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, a great pitch and a great strike right there to get that pitch down and away. Look, if you can throw it out there consistently, you keep doing it, you're going to have a lot of success.
Wasn't sure when that pitch came to that outside portion of the plate, if he was going to lay back on that one or pull it.
And this defense didn't know either, John. They ended up with a great execution of opposite field hitting.
And he's right where he wants to be, sitting on base now, guys.
And it's Todd Helton in the box now. 1 for 4 lifetime against Floyd. And that ends the half inning as Ramirez makes the play. Let's see how this game's working for Robin Ventura. This is where the experience comes to play. Such a huge, important role in World Series action. The ring is in sight. Ramirez batting now. He's going to get us started. Second inning. And he is safe at first. He's on board. That's going to bring Gordon Beckham up.
And we could see a big inning right here. You start off the inning with the single. Everyone now is on board and ready to go. Let's see if they can push some runs across.
And Gonzalez. 1 away. And Diaz settles in. Ramirez takes his lead at first. Low for a ball to Diaz.
You know, for a pitcher to be successful, you want to keep the ball off the sweet spot of the bat. The cut fastball does that.
In there from Billingsley, 1-1. The beauty of that cut fastball, Steve, is oftentimes the delivery motion is the. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. And Gonzalez. And he gets over and grabs it with the left. Floyd at the plate. No luck that time for Billingsley as he misses inside. Ready with a 1-0. Line towards third and foul. And he fouls another one off. The 1-2 pitch. He swings and lines this one softly towards the left side. And the catch by Rutledge. Chad Billingsley with some nice pitching. Nothing doing, second inning after giving up a run in the first. And next, it'll be the Rockies getting it going. Great to have you with us here tonight. These fans here at the ball yard dealing with some pretty frigid weather. They're bundled up. It's LeMahieu at the plate. He'll start the home half of the second. And it goes foul. Foul ball! Well, it's keeping up with the hit trends in this one. Let's take a look at the pitches that he... And Gonzalez, we got the rubber on that one. Goodbye, home run for the Rockies, and they've got the lead. Perfect time for a 2-run homer. That's what they wanted to get the advantage.
And for Colorado, they've accomplished the important part, which is getting out ahead. They have to like how it feels with the pressure now sitting squarely on the shoulders of the defense and pitching.
And starts him out here. Strike one, Floyd gets him swinging. Boy, the home run, really a bullet point right now that has this pitching needing to be very careful.
Yeah, they don't want to see this game get away from them early.
And they'll be gripping the ball a little tighter to make sure they can keep the ball in the yard. On the ground to short, fielded by Ramirez. In time for the out. It's Dirks at the plate.
Floyd giving them what they need, Gary, in this one. He looks confident on the mound today.
How's he delivering on these first pitches? Let's look and see.
You know, working ahead in the count, how important is it? Well, we've seen in this game how important it is. When the pitcher's falling behind with a 1-0 count, he's given up a home run and 3 hits in the game.
Back up the middle. He's going to try and test him here. And that'll bring Ramon Hernandez to the plate.
Well, the bottom line is that he's on base. But I tell you what, he's going to struggle mightily if he continues to swing at that pitch down in the zone, almost in the dirt.
He singled his last trip. And going to work, Todd Helton.
Great job of taking that pitch and hitting it to the right side.
He did what he wanted to do, that ability to go the opposite field. Very effective.
Yeah, a lot of times you can catch a defense off guard by doing that. They'll play you to one side and you hit it to the other. It opens up a lot of holes.
He's been provided.
Oh, and they're going to try for the double steal. Down the line and right. And another. Wow, that hitting coach is smiling. And he'll come in to score. There's the throw. One. I think there's an issue of how much is left in his tank right here, so that bullpen's going to get active.
You know, it's still early in the game, though, so I'd be surprised if they make this move this early. They may just getting prepared in case they need to go there.
It's LeMahieu at the plate. Guys, this lineup making it harder and harder for the defense to see any sort of daylight.
And when you get the upper hand like this early, it really puts a lot of pressure. On the defense. They've come out today with a great offensive approach, and it is working, guys.
He makes contact, line drive, and the side is retired. Beckham makes the catch, and off the field they come. Gavin Floyd not having his stuff in that inning. We'll see if he gets it back. And Alexei Ramirez will stand in. So far in this one, 1 for 1 off Billings.
You know, guys, if I'm going up there to hit right now, I got a hit on the cutter the last time. I'm going to look for it again.
The 0-0 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike. And a moment here to see how this pitcher has been mixing up his pitches.
You know, guys, I think we've seen him rely way too much on that two-seam fastball.
Runners at first and third with 2 away. Starts him out here. Ball. And Billingsley misses outside. Taken for a ball.
Well, hitters know those two-seam fastballs down on the way turn into ground ball outs, so they lay off of it. But with 2 strikes, it's a pitch you have to swing at.
Now the 1-1. Fouled away. Beckham hits this one on the ground. Scooped up Rutledge. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. They pick up no runs on a hit, and they leave 2 on. And Carlos Gonzalez to lead it off. He homered earlier in the ballgame.
Well, the team winning, he's been a big part of the offense, driving in the run with a base hit, and then the home run where he got a pitch that he could drive out of the ballpark and capitalize on it.
This one into the gap, rolling towards the wall. Gonzalez trying for third. The throw. They apply the tag. He is out at third. Now Rosario will see what he can do as he comes to the plate. A chance here to see what kind of strikes he's been throwing. How he's generating successful pitches. There's a swing, line drive, center field. And it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact. He's going to try to stretch it. Sometimes risky business when you go after that extra base.
Yeah, Gary, that dive in the second base was the key as well. He didn't slow down at all, able to extend his arms and get in there.
Indeed. It's Dirks at the plate. Last time up, he found success. And that swung on and hit. Diaz's going to play it. That's the second out of the inning.
Now the hitter just out in front of this one, causing him to lift the ball to the outfield. The left fielder makes an easy play.
It's going to be Hernandez. Singled and scored his last time around. Hit in the air. This one's going well into the stands, off to the right. Here's the 0-1 from Floyd. Swings and hits this one. Going to be fielded by Rios. That'll do it as they put that one away. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. Colorado 5. The White Sox 3. Right now, I'm sure glad to be out in front here. With that 2-run advantage, and he'll want to build on it. And Diaza settles in. He'll get things started off as we go to the 6th. And doing the pitching, it's going to be Rex Brothers. He's been brought in to take over for the Rockies.
Well, today started not overly sharp, didn't have his best stuff, kept his team close, but now it's going to come down.
Ground ball. And it gets through. Now the tying run at the plate.
Well, this guy's got a lot of speed over there at first base, and it's not going to be surprised to see him off and running to try to steal this base.
Floyd at the plate. What do you think, Steve? A bunt here?
Well, it's a definite bunt situation with the pitcher up. They've got to get the runners moved up.
Let's see if they agree. And Diaza takes off. And his throw, he is out. Great throw. Swing and a bouncing ball up the middle. LeMahieu. And Floyd retired.
Solid fundamentals. Make the play, catch the ball first, then worry about the throw. And with that kind of arm, you never have to worry about the throw.
Here's Alex Rios now. Singled home a run in his last at bat. And gets set for the first pitch. Change up just misses. 1-0. Rio swings and misses with an even count now.
One thing we know is he's not going to take a borderline pitch at 1-1. He likes to swing the bat. So I'm not giving him anything too fine and see if I can't get him to hit into an easy out.
One-two pitch coming. A bouncing ball to shortstop. LeMahieu throws on to first in time to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and no one left on base. Rockies still protecting this lead. Todd Helton to lead it off. You got to expand that strike zone. And so we'll take a look here at the pitches that he has thrown in attempts to get the hitters to chase him.
Well, he hasn't had a great day today, and a big part of it is that the hitters aren't chasing the ball off the plate. They're making him throw it over the strike zone to get outs.
Well, you see when a pitcher strikes out a lot of guys, his command is impeccable, and we haven't seen that from him today, and that's why he's struggling.
Well, that's going to leave a mark right there, a big old welt on him. He's going to need some ice when he gets back to the dugout.
It's LeMahieu at the plate. That swung on and flied to right. That's one down. Yeah, we got Rutledge here, looking to do a little better this time. He got called on a strikes against Floyd.
And you got to believe that he had a...
He's running. Drops down a bunt. Flowers. Throw to first. Gets him, and there are two down.
That pitch down to the zone, a good one to bunt and get on top of, and he does an exceptional job advancing the runner.
Now we're going to play a little. Small ball in this game.
Hey, whatever it takes. Oh, this is a biggie right here. A great matchup right now, Gary.
That'll bring up Tyler Colvin. He's going to come on as a pinch hitter.
Well, not hard to understand this one, Gary. You're going to bring in the pinch hitter for the pitcher. Hopefully a guy who can come up with a big hit.
And Young's in the box. Let's take a look here at how he's been mixing up his pitches so far in this game.
Well, that's the one area where he has struggled in this one. The fact that he's just throwing the same pitch in the same location over and over again, a recipe for disaster.
I mean, listen, you have to be able to hit your spots, but you can't be this predictable. They know what's coming every time, and they're just jumping out of their shoes.
Throws to first in time. That's three down. So they can't put. And so Jeff Keppinger leads it off. We'll try it again here. Just 1 for 3 thus far. A little warm-up action going in the bullpen. That's a right-hander up and throwing.
Well, they're going to wait for the right-handed hitter on deck to get an out, and then they'll probably make the move to the pen.
And on the mound, we're going to see Sam LeCure. As the Rockies bring in their reliever. First pitch, a fastball. That's in there for a strike.
Down 2 in the 7th. Get a runner on. You bring the tying run to the plate. Nobody out here. It's rally time. Start with base runners. Get somebody on. Pick up one of those cheap runs right now, and later hope somebody runs into one and hits it out of the ballpark, but cut this lead.
It's in there. That's strike 3. Jeff Keppinger, he couldn't pull the trigger.
That's a great strikeout right there, Gary. 3 pitches, and he sits him down. How about that for efficiency?
One away. Here's Paul Konerko. Reached on an error his last time around. The pitch up the middle. That gets down. The tying run coming up.
And he continues to swing the bat well in this one. 3 hits in this ball game. This one comes here with only 1 out.
And it'll be Viciedo batting. Here's the pitch. Sliders in there for a called strike.
Well, that one just froze him. He clearly wasn't looking for that, and he gets locked up down and away.
Here's the pitch. And Viciedo, he drills it. One bounce onto the wall. Konerko's going to try and score here.
With 2 runners on base and a chance for a big inning, they're going to the pinch hitter. Trying to see if they can't generate some offense this inning.
It'll be Wilton Lopez doing the pitching as the Rockies bring in their reliever.
Well, go to the bullpen right here. That's his chest move. Let's see if it's checkmate.
Good hard slider, swung on and missed. 0-2.
Well, clearly the pitcher's in control right here. This guy really struggles on the fastball when he's behind in the count, so look for the heat.
Good sinker that time, but it's ruled a ball. 1-2.
Well, and that'll saw his bat in two if he swings at that one.
Taps this one foul off to the left. Fastball got him, 2 down.
Well, he's up in the mid-90s now, so pretty good velocity, but not much break on it.
Good job of keeping him guessing by changing speeds out there.
Boy, John, you saw the effect of that swing. He wasn't even in the same time zone.
But going from off speed to a heater like that is never easy, and even guys that make the big bucks have a hard time adjusting.
And here's Alexei Ramirez. He's a perfect 3 for 3 in the ballgame. Starts him off with a pitch on the outside corner, strike 1.
A good sinking movement on that pitch, right on the black, away from the hitter. Tough pitch to hit.
And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. They get 2 men in scoring position. Couple of hits, can't get them home, though. Take a look and see how this is going for Robin Ventura. And at this point in this game, thinking about offense, I'm sure he also needs some quality pitching. Got to give his bats a chance to get back. Ramirez. So Gonzalez is set down. Now Rosario will see what he can do as he comes to the plate. He doubled at his last appearance. The first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to right center. He's there, but he lets it fall. He's going to try for 3. It's Dirks at the plate. Last time up, flew up. And he throws the first one. This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. In there, and this is going to be trouble. That brings in a run here. And Ramon Hernandez to bat.
Well, it's not surprising they're going to the bullpen now. I just thought maybe they waited a little bit too long. Should have gone and gotten him a little bit earlier.
And you see what this offense is doing. You get the sense they've figured out how to beat this team already.
Offense coming to life late here, tacking on additional insurance runs, taking the pressure off the pitching.
You know, they may not have put it away, but they sure are making it a lot easier for the guys coming out of the pen.
Well, they wouldn't mind making it a little bit easier.
And he got Goodwood up the middle. And Hernandez stretching it now.
Well, he's been quite the story for these guys today. That's his 3rd hit, and he's figuring out a way to get it done no matter what he's seeing up there.
And here's Todd Helton. This Colorado offense with another chance to capitalize. Runners at first and third, one away. At the belt, Jones kicks, throws towards center field. That's down. The run's coming in. Hernandez headed to third.
Well, 2 hits the last game, and you can see he was getting a little confidence as that game went on, and he's carrying it into this one with another good start.
It's LeMahieu at the plate. And the theme here, repeating, guys, that this offense just continues to expand the lead.
Offense coming to life late here, tacking on additional insurance runs, taking the pressure off the pitching.
And it's fouled away. Now, they may not have put it away, but they sure are making it a lot. And the double steal is hit up the middle. He picks it up. Over to second for 1. And 2. They pull off the double play. They pick. And if you are just coming on board, Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, John Kruk, as we bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. And Beckham's in the box. And the 8th inning starts with a strike.
Now, Gary, the pitcher pulled the string on this one. It looks like a fastball, and then it just dies out as it gets to the plate. Good late movement.
That one goes foul. Towards the middle. Whoa, straight back at him. Man, you talk about going back up through the box. That one almost got him. And so with one down, we'll see Alejandro Diaz. 2 for 3 thus far. He takes that one. Lopez has him 0-1 now.
One out in the 8th inning here. Obviously, time running out on this offense. They've got to try to force their hand. They need base runners. Get on. You've got a chance maybe to cut this deficit here in the 8th. You don't want to put all of the work on yourselves in the 9th inning.
1-1 pitch, slider, taken for a strike, 1-2.
This is an effective pitch when you can bury that slider down and in, bury it at the back foot of the hitter. Very difficult to hit.
Hit in the dirt. LeMahieu. Out number 2.
I can't blame them for bringing in the pinch hitter right now for the pitcher. They've got to do something to get this offense going and try to get back into the game.
Now a swing and a shot towards second. Throws on to first, side is retired. And they're held in check here. And we've got Rutledge here. And we'll get to see Matt Thornton pitching as they make the pitching swap. Popped him up. This one's going to be fielded by Ramirez. 1 away. And in the batter's box, it's Lopez. And it's Blackman at the plate. He'll be the pinch hitter.
Now being brought in now to hit for the pitcher. Hopefully he can get the base hit and see if they can increase this lead.
Big cut at that one, and he missed it. 1 strike. Swings on the 0-1 pitch. Can't hit it. Strike 2. Grounded out last time through. Young makes contact, fouled off. Swung on a fly ball down the left field line. And there's Diaz. Pulls it in. 3rd out. And a good. Great game his club has put together. Things have gone really well. And Alex Rios up. He'll start us out here in the last inning of regulation. And out on the mound, we've got Rafael Soriano. And it's hit well off the bat of Rios. The catch is made. In the batter's box, Keppinger. He's had 1 hit 4 times up. Here's the pitch. There's a swing, and that one's hit on the ground. And that's going to be a base hit. Keppinger on. And that'll bring up Paul Konerko.
It's one of the toughest pitches to hit in baseball. It really is the one that separates the good hitters from the mediocre hitters. He stays with the slider. It doesn't try to do too much with it.
Drove in a run earlier in the game. And Soriano has him 0-1, a called strike.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to deal with right there. You might be looking for a fastball. You get the breaker down and away.
And Paul Konerko watching that one go by to even the count up.
This cut fastball is a very effective pitch for this guy because it allows him to set up all of his other pitches.
Looked like a cutter, but he lays off. 2-2. That one's going to be down low. 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and lined up the middle. And Konerko's got himself a single. Boy, what a time now to capitalize if they can.
Some days you're on it and some days you're not. He is on it today with his 4th hit.
And it'll be Viciedo batting. He doubled his last time. Well, working on the 0-1 count now.
He has great bite on this slider, throwing it down and into the hitter. Gets away with one, and he gets in for the strike.
Swing and a miss on the cutter that time. 2 down.
You've got to have better plate discipline than that. With 2 strikes, you need to be defensive and try to make contact. But when you get a fastball, you need to read whether it's a strike or not.
Gimenez at the plate. This is his first at-bat in this game. Soriano's pitch is swung on and missed 0-1. Here's the pitch. Good movement to that cutter, and he's in the hole now, 0-2.
He throws that cut fastball up and into the hitter. Kind of surprised him. He couldn't offer it.
Taps this one foul to the right. The pitch. Line drive fouled off towards first.
Well, the battle starts when you step in the batter's box, but the real battle starts when the count is 0-2, and that's where he sees himself. But give him credit. He's keeping himself alive by fouling off that tough 0-2 pitch on the outside part of the plate. Let's see if he can make the pitcher make a mistake.
Well, big postseason victory right here, and doing it for the hometown crowd. So they're happy, and they live to play another day.
And we get a moment here to recognize our player of the game. The standout man on offense today, Todd Helton.
Well, coming into the game, you told someone you're going to get 2 hits today, you'd be very happy. The average goes up, and everything else is good for you. But the bottom line is, those 2 hits were the reason this team won the game, and it shows because he's our player of the game.
And now we have a series as they come away victorious. 2-1 lead, momentum now in their favor.
And now, Gary, it's obvious these guys have momentum squarely behind them. They've got to stay focused for the next game and keep on pushing as the march to the finish.
Thanks for being with us today. We hope you've enjoyed 2K Sports Major.